Well, welcome back to Gyration. Today I'm working with Jay's journaling, and I got some inspiration from her, and I've sent some books out to some friends. And I've decided that I'm going to make an American Heritage Journal. So I started out with this green paper that I folded and glued to make the binder of the book, the front and the back, the cover and the back cover. And then I took and I put some lace ribbon around the bottom edge, all the way around, front and back, and on the inside. And then I have some pages that I've cut out and gotten ready to put in the book. And I'll show you from start to finish where I'm at with this. So my first page is I'm going to celebrate the holidays in this book too. So I have a Christmas paper that I'm putting in the book. And then I have some just some soft paper. It looks like gold paper, but it's really soft. And that would be a nice page to put things on. And I have this pretty blue paper. I'm going to put that in there. And I have this rabbits. Isn't that cute? I like the rabbits. My daughter picked that one out, actually. Then I have this paper. It's really neat. This paper is two-sided. It has seashells on one side, and then it has like the ocean on the other. And I'm going to overlay that paper with the clouds. And I just made a little swirl and cut that paper up and placing that in there too. Then I'm going to put this paper. It's a little bit thicker. It's kind of like leather. This was going to be my back cover or front cover, but since I found the green paper, I'm going to use that instead and just use this as a page inside. Then I have pumpkins for another holiday, which is like Thanksgiving here. And then I have this paper that originally came from the American Heritage papers that I'm using, the folder. And I have this paper. It has like plants and little bugs that are out in the woodlands. And just another soft page. And then I have this, it's like old-fashioned paper from when they use parchment paper and that to write on. Oh, and because I'm going to put on this page, I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper in here. This is authentic parchment paper that I got in Williamsburg, Virginia. And I had a kit with a feather and inkwell. I can show you that kit. I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm going to put that over here. I'm going to put that in after I bind it together. But I want this envelope to go in there. So I'm going to put that up toward the middle. And then I have the stars on a rustic background. And I have a page with just music onto it. And then I like to celebrate. This is just really pretty paper that I put on the back of this page. And this is like for St. Patrick's Day, clovers. I love clovers. I once picked up a four-leaf clover, found my own when I was a teenager and I was in Drum and Bugle Corps. And we were sitting on a hillside in Owego, New York. And I was looking around in the grass and I looked down and found a real four-leaf clover. And I had it for many years. I had taped it to a little card. And then I had it on a picture on the wall. But I don't know where it went. I took that picture down and I don't know where that's at right now. But I'm sure I've got it somewhere in my stuff. And then this paper is just like peonies, light pink flowers. And then this has like writing letters and stuff. I thought that was kind of neat, that paper. And then just another page of the soft paper. I'm going to put that all together in here. And I'm going to bind it together. Maybe I can do that while we're watching. But here's the, this is the kit that I'd gotten in Virginia with the parchment paper. And I'm going to put one page in here, but I only have one page left. It only came with so many. And then it came with the feather and the powdered ink that you just add water to make ink with. But it says parchment stationery sets, antiqued and hand finished. There were 15 sheets of parchment paper, of hand-finished parchment paper that feels and looks old, a quill pen, an ink bottle, dry ink, and 10 neutral color envelopes. So that's the one envelope that I put in there. It's from the American Document Company in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And so here's where you put the ink in when you're going to write with a feather. And it is a little bit of a task to do that. And I can show you from where we did some writing. There's what I wrote in 2020. I even wrote George Washington's name. I just thought that's kind of interesting to see. And some more things that I'm going to put in the book are, here's from the American Heritage folder that I told you that I found the other day. So I'm going to put these in there. I took them off the paper they were on originally because that paper is just old and smelled, so I didn't want it in my book. And then these are pages that piece of paper that I cut off the pages that I put in the book. And there's an extra piece of lace here. I have other lace laying around. Little pages from where I cut off. And the piece of parchment paper. And these came from the picture that was on the front of the album. I just think that'll be neat to put in there. This is the flag. I might put that on where the clouds are at. And here's the American eagle holding the flag. And I think this is like Ben Franklin with a flag, or the Gettysburg Address or whatever. And then our American heritage is here. And then and then I got another piece of that paper that looks like it's writing. Some more things that I have. Years ago, I got this in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's a little document. From the Gettysburg Address, I believe. And I got that in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So I thought that'd be neat to use as a charm to put on the book. So I'm going to put that on there. This is just some cloth that has, I think I would put this on some pages. It's kind of neat looking. Looks like a new newspaper from like old magazines, old clipping. And this was a magnet. I took the magnet off the back, and I'm going to stick that in the book somewhere, from Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president. I'm going to keep those things in there so I don't lose them. Then I have a lot of little pages that I went through a box today and found some different things to put in. I'm going to put some of this ribbon in there from a Christmas. And this is like from the 1970s. Some papers I have. It says, Do I miss you? Bet your little old pea-picking heart I do. And she's like country talk, so that's kind of cool. And then I have this. I'm going to put in there the history of our flag, with Betsy Ross, 34 stars, 35 stars, and 50 stars. So we started out, I think, with 16 on this one, 34, 35, and 50. So the first flag was in June 14th, 1777. And I also got that down in Gettysburg. Here's the Easter card that I thought I'd incorporate into this journal. So I'm going to do the holidays along with it. And this is a stamp that was unused, but I thought was kind of neat because it has the Washington Monument with the cherry blossoms all in bloom to put on it. And I have Mickey Mouse. I have some Hello Kitty papers. I know these aren't, but these are kind of in history, and I just want to incorporate them in the journal. Here's some other little papers I might put in. Here's Garfield. There's 2 of those. Here's some little gold leaf roses to put in there. Here's a Santa Claus stamp from years ago. Had to be years ago because it's 20 cents. Can you imagine 20 cents for a stamp anymore? It's like 55 or 60 cents nowadays to send a letter in the USA. And here is a stamp I have somewheres of a carousel horse that I got once on vacation. That's just a stamp from, I don't know where the Carousel stamp is right now, but I'll find that sometime. And this is just a card that I got many, many years ago. It says, "Love is the sun shining in us." Somebody wrote that with a calligraphy pen. A Cabbage Patch Boy sticker. I thought that's cute. Oh, on the back it does say, "A Kevin Hamilton hand-lettered design. Huh. N-004. I didn't even know that was signed. That's really neat. Okay, so that's a signed little note card. And here, this is just a pretty envelope that I thought I'd incorporate into it. It looks like it did get sealed at one time, but there's nothing inside. I just thought that's pretty. Here's another little post. We used to send these when I was younger, just postcard letter. And it's got a little star sticker. And here's another one. This one looks like a cat. Isn't that cool how that goes together like that? So I thought I'd incorporate that into the book. Here's a card with John Deere's Singing Plow, and I thought I might put some of that on there. Here's a Thinking of You card paper. This is Thanksgiving and the holidays. Sympathy card. Greetings, I love carousels. And this was a, so I'm going to incorporate this card into it. Here's another Christmas card with a snowman and some writing. Don't forget about Valentine's Day in our book. So we'll incorporate that card in. And I have these that I used when I was younger, like probably under 10, maybe under 12. I just had some, I have a lot more of these in my box, but I figured I'll just use some of these in there. There you could fold them up and then send them. Here's a recipe card, because one of the things in American Heritage is people used to write recipes and share them. So that's a little card. There's a little Valentine envelope, some Christmas stickers, some really old ones. These were some cards I got in the Seaway at the Thousand Islands. One's in a little boutique shop, and there was a couple different designs, but this one I still had 2 of, so I figured I'd take this one and put it in the book. Just a nice little card. This was something I got at an American Greetings card outlet store many years ago. And what it does, it wraps up into a little, like a wedding thing. You could put little candies in it or something. I just think that's pretty, so I thought I'd incorporate into it. And here's a card that you could put together. It could have made invitations to a party or whatever, but I thought that was kind of pretty because it has the grapes on it. Here's some paper that I got when I was in the Army. And it has the White House embossed on here. And it has, this is an enlargement of the White House on the background. So I'd use some of that. Here's a little deer. Kind of reminds me of Bambi with the birds and the daisies. I love daisies and deer and birds. And this one you could fold up too back in the day and send it just like that. Isn't that cool? And this was some Christmas paper I had for notes. And some more Christmas from the post office. I used to work in the post office too. Here I worked on the route and as a clerk at the counter for a couple of years. And this is just a postcard I have. I have a couple of these. I had a little booklet of them that you tear them out. And this had a horse, and I like horses, so I figured I'd put that in there. And I don't know what else we'll find to put in there along the way, but I showed you some things the other day that I'm going to incorporate in there. I'm going to incorporate a little piece of this. Isn't this pretty, this fabric I found in the store the other day when I was getting stuff. So I'm going to put some of that in there. And I'll probably put some gold leafing in there. And some of these little labels. Oh, I have a flag to put in there. Let's see. I have some little lighthouses. I might incorporate some of them in there. I have these stickers. I think I showed them the other day in one of my videos. And some air travel. And just many things to incorporate into this. As I go along, I'll try to remember to come back on and show some pictures. But for now, I guess I'll get started putting this together. Let's see if I can, I think, just figure out how to bind it together first. I'm going to use some twine here. And I need a big needle. I'll see if this works. This is going to be a little bit difficult at first, but it will work out eventually. So I think we're going to have to do like Pocohoa. And I'll pull the twine through. And I'll have to do this on all the pages, so I think I'm going to do it off video, because the video is just going to get too long and I'll never get it loaded for you guys to be able to see. So we'll come back when I've got the I've got it wound together and I put some things into it, and I'll do another video. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll be back again. Bye.